morning, I'm Sarah Bailey.
And I'm Dakota Morgan. We start off this morning with a follow-up to our last week's story on the recent school thefts. Sarah has the answer to the mysterious disappearances of equipment over the past few months.
An update on the thefts from last week, a suspect has been taken into custody. Former Rose Hill High School staff member Daniel Hankey was arrested after trying to pawn the cameras that were stolen earlier this year. Hankey has been employed as a custodian at the high school for a year and a half. After research, Officer Matt Neal found serial numbers that matched the ones from the high school. Officer Neal tells us more.
We were able to find that out through pawn records. One of the cameras that was stolen was entered in the National Crime Computer. When those items are pawned, if they have a serial number on them, they're run through NCIC. That's what the National Crime Information Computer is called. They're run through NCIC by the area agency, in this case WPD. The serial number on one of the cameras came up with a hit. They called us. We were able to pull the pawn receipt and pawn records and video of who pawned it, and that's what led us to the suspect.
Hankey is in custody at this point in time. A court date has not yet been released to the public.
If they are found guilty or they enter some kind of plea agreement, there will be restitution ordered by the court for the items that we don't recover.
Sarah Bailey, Channel 7 News.
Last week was homecoming week for Rose Hill High School, and though there was no school on Monday, the week went down as one of the most participation-heavy homecoming weeks in years. Aislinn Robert has more on the festivities.
At Rose Hill High School, homecoming week is one of our favorite weeks. We asked some students what their favorite part of Spirit Week was.
I don't know, I think this week is going to be Animal Day, because I think that's going to be pretty funny. But it hasn't happened yet, so I'm not totally for sure.
Probably the rocket one, because, I don't know, I just like wearing red.
Animal Day, because I'm going to dress up as a cow, and I'm excited.
On Friday, there was a pep assembly filled with performances by the cheerleaders, rocket band, and rocket choir. The assembly also included fun and games put on by Stuco. Aislinn Robert, Channel 7 News.
Last Wednesday was Community Service Day, Rose Hill High School's annual event in which students from all classes work all day serving the community through various jobs and projects. I went around to several of these sites to see what was happening on the school's most tradition-filled day.
When Mr. Bose founded Community Service Day in the year 2000, who would have thought it would become a popular Rose Hill tradition as it is today? Last week, Channel 7 News visited the students at Community Service Day. First, we visited the seniors at the Senior Center and spoke to high school senior Aaron Moore, asking him what his favorite Community Service Day memory was. He had this to say.
My favorite thing is between bowling freshman year with the kids at ARC and my sophomore year we went to the horses, and that was a lot of fun. Helped out there.
We continued roving the vastness of Wichita to see the seniors cleaning the front sidewalk of our school, then the sophomores at the YMCA. We spoke to Mrs. Hollenbeck, Executive Director of the ARC of Butler County, who expressed her excitement about the concept of Community Service Day.
My name's Beth Hollenbeck. I'm the Executive Director of the ARC of Butler County. It is my first time, and I am thoroughly impressed, yes. So I'm new to this position, my first experience with Community Service Day, and it's just been unbelievable to watch the students in action.
Overall, Community Service Day was seen as a fantastic part of Rose Hill High School and was well received by all who participated. Dakota Morgan, Channel 7 News.
After our commercial break, Charlie will have your weather forecast with a hint of fall coming your way. And later,
Skylar will have a special sit-down with volleyball coach Melissa Segovia, so stay with us.
Welcome back. I'm Charlie Conroy, and here is your Channel 7 weather. It's going to be a mild today across south central Kansas, as highs will reach the low 70s with gusty south winds up to 30 miles per hour. But fall comes in with a fury tonight and tomorrow as a strong cold front pushes through the central U.S. High temperatures tomorrow will only reach the low 50s with on and off showers throughout the day. It will feel even colder, however, with a stiff north wind, and low tomorrow night is expected to drop into the upper 30s. We will warm back up the rest of the week, though, with high temperatures getting back to near 80s by Friday. Skylar Brown has your sports updates coming up next. We will be right back.
The volleyball team is still undefeated and over the past week have won the Andover Invitational, as well as defeating Wellington and Andale on Tuesday. They are now 26-0 and they're still the top-ranked team in the state according to Varsity Kansas. I recently sat down with head coach Melissa Segovia and discussed the season and expectations this year.
I'm here with Mrs. Segovia, otherwise known as Coach Segovia of the undefeated Rocket volleyball team. So, Coach, given how well the team did last season by the reputation left, are you happy or excited about the team's progress and success so far?
Yes. The girls, they started after last season. They continued to work really hard off the court in the off season to continue to push themselves to be better.
Okay. So many successful sports teams often tend to have a certain level of discipline to them, whether it be behavior, plays, mindset. Do you think that this certain level of discipline the girls take on affects the volleyball team's success?
Yes, definitely. They show up every day. They work hard. They push each other on the court and off the court. They make sure and take care of the details that they need to take care of. And I think that all comes together to help with what they have done.
So you said that they push each other on and off the court to do their best. So do you think you could consider the volleyball team a family away from family?
Yes, I think that they would consider themselves that. If they need anything, help in class, just somebody to talk to, just any advice that's needed from freshmen through seniors, everyone's there for each other to help out.
Okay, so the team participated in a tournament this last Saturday. What are your thoughts on how that tournament went, and what do you think could have gone better if it could?
We were able to see some competition that we haven't seen before. It's our first time that we've been to the Andover tournament, and we got to see some different classes, again, some teams that we haven't seen before. And it was just good to be pushed, to your limit, and try to do your best and clean up any unforced errors that had occurred, and then able to push through and come out on top.
Okay. So, given on how well the season went last year, one could assume that you have a pretty good volleyball system going. Do you think that, is there anything that changed, whether it be curriculum, discipline, training from last season?
I always think that it starts from the seniors that are on the team. They've been there for 4 years. They know what it takes. They've been through a lot. I mean, this goes seniors, all the way back years ago, and just kind of passing that knowledge down to the underclassmen, and then being willing to take that leadership role and show what we're going to do, again, both on and off the court, the things that need to be done to be successful.
Okay. So, being the undefeated state champs so far, is it difficult to manage the expectations that have been set, or that the team wants to beat this year?
Our goal is 1 day at a time, and then at each match our goal is 1 point at a time, and try to do everything that we can to make ourselves better, helping improve discipline, help improve any fundamentals, help improve technique, and again, all the little things that it takes to get the job done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Back and forth game against El Dorado. Behind Travis Jones' 138 yards of offense, including the game-winning touchdown with 2 minutes remaining, the Rockets defeated the Wildcats 21-14. Up next for the Rockets is a road game at McPherson tonight. The Rockets soccer team has a record of 7-5 with 1 tie and a nice recovery from the beginning of the season. They defeated Winfield 2-1 on Tuesday, and then defeated Independence last night by a score of 2-1 in double overtime. Up next are road games at Augusta and Andover Central next week. The cross-country team ran against Winfield, and some of the best finishes include Nicole Picard placing 36th in the girls' 5K run, Kyle Sackett taking 32nd in the boys' 5K run, and Maddie Bryant placing 3rd in the girls' 5,000-meter run. The Rockets race tomorrow at Circle. Sir and Dakota, back to you.
That's all for today. We'll see you next week. Thank you for watching Channel 7 News.